Hello, and welcome to the Underhive.
And thank you for rejoining me here for some more Amnesia, a machine for pigs. I am once again in full cozy mode. I assure you this is a different day, but I've only got the one of these, so I've just been wearing it for this. We might make this a running theme, I'm not sure, but it does make me feel a little safer. So I am intent to use this as my shield against the piggery. Today's episode once again brought to you by Green Tea. And I've got to say, it's only going to get worse. Like that first bit, I was pretty sure we were safe. I'm not so sure now, because we have seen the piggery. So, I mean, we've just seen him, so we might be alright for a minute or two here. Maybe there's more than one. Okay, we'll do it like that. See what the journal's saying. No, nothing else. So, I mean, there's no fuel in that, so... Nice tune.
Water in his shoes. Always the water, and the sparks of the embers of the wheels. It's too bony! It's too damn bony!
Oh yeah, I've had that problem before. Yeah, I didn't mention it previously. The reason I like, well, it's not the main reason. I like this voice actor because of his voice, but he voices the Eisenhorn series of audiobooks, Warhammer 40k audiobooks. Fantastic series of books. If you haven't already got Audible, you should definitely go check that out. And if you have got Audible and haven't got that, you should check that out. Well worth your time. The Mendes Processing Company. My soul shudders at what I have seen, but at last I have reached the main part of the factory. Now, onwards, downwards, to find those floodwaters and drain them away. Like Moses, I will cleave the waters and lift my little darlings clear of this vile cradle. Of its vile cradle, rather.
These men, Professor, these so-called men of vision, they would shackle the masses to a wheel and turn it till their backs break. All for that opiate, the lure of profit. These fools who lackey them, these priests, these officials, this government. They make pigs of us all.
But what solution, my dear man? How to break a cycle? You cannot simply remove the promise of a better world for these unfortunates. In the workhouses, in the orphanages, the belief in heaven is surely the only succor one can find.
We do not need to wait. We can bring forth paradise now. We can speed the passion. With only a small sacrifice, we can hold the apocalypse. With just a small sacrifice, we can free our shackles and deliver them to paradise now.
Piston rooms. Well, at least it's lovely and dark. And the light's flickering again. Okay. We'll try up first. Engineering schematics. I knew it. Each compartment is ergonomically designed, with the feed trough at one end, so the product naturally settles into a position ready for the stunning arms to connect to the skull. We use a natural static charge built up by the friction of the carts against the belt to build an electrical charge, which is contained within glass vacuum canisters at the sides of the stunning arm. The mechanisms and stunning arm mechanisms and delivered along the stun arms via copper cabling. We have observed that the artificial lightning contained within these canisters seems to calm the product further. Post-stunning, the line tilts sharply to the vertical, the physics of which tips the stunned product upwards to fall directly onto the hook of the bleeding line. This hook passes normally through the haunch or thigh of the product, and from this point we dispense the belt we dispense with the belt and instead instigate a channeled floor, which creates a funnel allowing blood and byproduct excretions to collect and run into fluid collection tanks.
Hear me, Mandus. I am compromised. Our contacts must be brief and occasional. Beware the wretches who populate this compound. The way you seek is under the pistons. When you meet the saboteur, you will understand everything.
I mean, based on my knowledge of the first game, I'm guessing I'm the saboteur. And that's what the Amnesia is about. Turn the lights off. We don't want to waste any electrical power. Damn you, chair! Close those two. Don't want to let it draft in. So, under the pistons we go. Piggy's about. Okay, so I'm guessing I must light these. So 6 is not online. 3 is not online. 3 is through here. Maybe 1's enough, but I think I've already worked out your puzzle. I don't need your notes. Before we push the button, though, we will read it, just because can't help but feel that that's related. Lily's arms are made of steel. Lily's arms are silent. The pistons are silent. The plant is at rest. I must poke the hornet's nest to open my way, I fear. The scale of these engines suggests a far greater works than is visible from the surface, so my friends must be correct. My friend must be correct. The larger part of the plant is underground. We are close to the Thames. No wonder the flooding is such a risk. So we are in London town. And then I imagine I must control them somehow. Oh, I've not turned it on. Fires are stoked. Assuming the same architect is responsible here as with the chemical plant, I surmise that the centralized control system regulates and operates the pistons. Should be a simple matter of finding it, and hoping the saboteur relented after simply extinguishing the fires. Oh, it like gave me a headache. Go, 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 man, go! Oh, that piston scared me. I thought something was coming at me then. Oh, I'm a quivering wreck already. I've seen you, Ducky Bob. I've seen you. Well, I think we'll just keep heading in a given direction. Might have seen me. We'll just wait here. Well, now I have virtually no idea where to go. Oh, Jesus. I can hear him. if he'll sense me. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Am I alive? Oh, it's just beating me up. Oh right, okay, I'm dead now, surely. Okay. Whew. At least I couldn't see him beating me up. I mean, one would imagine one must go this way. Ah, I just took the wrong turn. Oh, going down then. Get up the stairs, man. The crate arrived this morning, and I had it delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape, but has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed, with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It's difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is the recipient of some barbarous surgery or was born deformed, and an attempt to force his gnarled body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is, I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him, and I suspect my great uncle's presence in his curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the process of Mr. Darwin's evolution. But here my great uncle and I part company. He chose men as his subjects of his experiments, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our chattel. Loyal, clever, strong, easily sated. So they turned a pig into the pig monster. Very good. Seems a solid strategy, sir. Compound X storage. No naked flames. Well, that seems potentially important to what is to come. Please don't let there be one down here. Chemical transportation. Well, where the devil am I supposed to go then? I mean, I'm almost certain I was supposed to go down here. Ah, get in the highly dangerous chemical transportation. The factory is quiet now. Stumbling the alley, a wretch hung loosely from his hand, oil and grease dripping off it. Looks like blood in the half-light. Looking like blood in the half-light. Oh, that doesn't sound that survivable, but one assumes he did. A bit of vomit never hurt anyone.
Quickly, Mandus, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the floodwaters continue to rise.
In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required, or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate, and using incineration or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae with 1 part orgone monad disperal fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body it's highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. Okay, so I'm going to use that to break the lock. Cool. Assume I need to use the battery to... So we'll move that back later. That'll be used to destroy the lock. I'm already seeing the puzzles before they have unfolded. Perhaps they're not that difficult there. Damn you, Chaz! What did that dark voice instruct me to do? Under the pistons, into the tunnels, and onto the bilge pumps. Find the doors. And if I find the doors... And if the door should be locked, I have to find another means of descent. I cannot trust him, but my path is set. I shall ignore these noises, that snuffling, those shuffling steps below me. I'll brave whatever lurks. I'll save them. Bruised and battered, but alive, I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle. But I am driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find a way to the bilge, drain the flood, free your children. There is clearly another passage beyond the lock gates. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I must find another way. Okay, I can find another way. It's some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of the foul fluids I've seen here too often before. It's clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of the two composite ingredients. I should wager I would find them close by. Well, that's what I'm hoping. That's just an underfloor lamp. Holding pens. Low temperature storage. Well, it's almost certain there's one in each of them, and that there is also a piggy. Oh, shitbags. Well, that was my first swear, I think. And, yeah. I think you can forgive me for that. Heart rate is now 436. Nice. Can't see sod all. Did I come through a door? Oh, he's following me! He's following me! Run, 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 run! Ow, ow, ow! He's quick! He's very quick! And I can't see anything. Ah, Jesus! I'm just gonna hide. I'm dead. I'm dead. Okay. Hiding's not appropriate anymore. I don't know which way's in and which way's out. Presumably this was out. So do I need to put them in the centrifuge? Yep.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps.
To stumps.
Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, no, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
It's not very nice. Holding pens. Plus no screaming. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth, give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator like they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed and bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. After the process, it's as their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them, my children. I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. Okay.
Over there. Place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
Oh. Was this actually open or? Oh, I've seen him. It's gone to the right there. Oh, Jesus. Don't ring me now, there's a pig man after me.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
Brilliant. Like I wasn't already aware of that. Where is the thing? Where is the thing? Close. Who's dropping bars around here? I'll have none of that. We'll have no trouble here. So I think that'll send it back to the centrifuge. I remember seeing one of them in there. So that'll allow me to make a cleaner escape. Well, if there's a nipper in here, something tells me that this is perhaps the right way. A nut? More I think this is the other side of that corridor then. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with the strychnine. After the expected convulsions and spasms, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating current via induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced, however, damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in an acute state of strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning? Perhaps, yes. It is, after all, known to be the kindest form of suicide. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. So that's gone elsewhere now. Ah. Sehr gut. Oh, I thought that was piggery then for a minute. Oh. Don't worry, Journal. I already know what I need to do with this. Victory!
Down here, Daddy. Faster, faster.
Going as fast as my little legs will carry me, child. Alright, okay. But that drop doesn't hurt, does it not? This leaking world. The bottle of gin was empty. Sleep seemed impossible. Above the skyline of London, he could only see the temple rising into the smoke. Well, my heart rate's telling me that's enough for the one episode. Thank you so much for watching. Let's see where we end up for a moment before we do that. Okay, so we're now in the sewer level. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time in the Underhive.